Radical.
So apparently, if what I'm reading here is correct, the show Velma on HBO Max is surging in popularity. 127% surge this past week for Velma. Interest in Velma is off the charts. And it is being pushed ahead of in the analytics ahead of The Last of Us, also on HBO Max, believe it or not. They're still both behind Wednesday, which is a new show on Netflix based on the Addams family, even though I hear, from what I'm reading, the character Wednesday is nothing like her character in Addams family. But I know I'm not interested in watching that. Not really interested in watching Velma either. If I had HBO Max, I'd probably check out The Last of Us. But more people are interacting with Velma instead of The Last of Us. What the hell is going on here? I mean, it's rated below things like Dragon Ball Evolution, which, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, you get the same kind of feeling if you watch Dragon Ball Evolution that you do probably if you're a big fan of Scooby-Doo and you watch Velma. You get the same feeling there. But at least, I mean, both didn't stay really true. I'd say Dragon Ball Evolution probably stayed truer to Dragon Ball than Velma did to Scooby-Doo. Both gigantic dumpster fires. That's why they're both rated so low on IMDb. People do not like Velma, but somehow it's beating in the analytics The Last of Us. There are a lot of people probably that don't like The Last of Us too, but come on now. Come on, just, Velma is not nearly as good of a show as The Last of Us. I've been looking around the internet, and I've been reading what people are saying. And it seems like people are shocked, and they're trying to equate the views on Velma with quality. People saying, like, there's no way this show is better than The Last of Us. I just can't believe the analytics here. People get caught up in analytics, and I've told people that have came to this channel, people get really caught up on analytics and really caught up in the numbers when they really don't amount to much of anything. Because quality does not equal views and demand and interaction. It just does not. There is something that people do on streaming, on TV, also on YouTube from time to time. There's things people do called hate watching. And I think that's what's going on here. If these analytics are true, and there has been a 127% surge in popularity for Velma, then it basically means jinkies. People are watching it because they want to see how bad it is. Because they want to be able to see things and hate onto things and then tell their friends, dude, it's fucking terrible. It's nothing like Scooby-Doo. And, maybe a small percentage of those people that went to hate watch it, maybe they're actually laughing at some of the jokes. I don't know. I mean, I'm just putting this out there. Maybe they want to hate it because they've heard so many bad things about it, but maybe there's a couple jokes that they laugh at. I mean, I saw the trailer. I said there's maybe one or two jokes that I found kind of funny. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't have a Scooby-Doo in the fight. I don't care about Scooby-Doo. I don't give a shit about Scooby-Doo. So I'm not a huge fan of Scooby-Doo. I'll watch something if I laugh at it. But I mean, there's much better things to watch than Velma, just from like the trailers and whatever I've seen. That could be a possibility. Maybe some of the people that tune in to hate watch it actually do hate a lot of it, but maybe they laughed a little bit. I don't know. But a lot of people still probably hate watching it or hate watching it. And I haven't seen it. So any of you that have seen it, let me know. Is there anything really actually funny in there? I don't know. Now, some of you are responsible. Yeah, you're responsible. If you did not want to see Velma beating The Last of Us in the ratings. Right up there, number 2 in demand for streaming. If you didn't want to see that, you know what you could have done? Maybe you could have skipped out and not seen it. Maybe, just maybe, possibly. Because I'll tell you what happens, right? If Velma has these huge numbers and keeps getting this interaction, I don't think HBO Max cares that much as long as the show is getting interaction. Hell, they might be just rubbing their hands together going, hell, this is getting a lot of interaction here. I think a season 2 might even be in the works from what I'm reading, because so many people stop by to hate watch it. Now, a small portion of the people that went to check out Velma are reviewers, but people review lots of different shows. I think there was a demand for reviews of Velma. There was a demand specifically on YouTube for a lot of these channels that criticize things, criticize shows, criticize movies. People ask them probably, when are you going to review Velma? I've heard it's a dumpster fire. Well, guess what? You know, if you keep going to interact with the dumpster fire, then guess what you do? All you're doing is just adding fuel into that dumpster. And it might be a dumpster fire. Velma might be a dumpster fire. But the more you interact, the more you watch, the higher and brighter that dumpster fire becomes.